Hello, and I'm back here on United and Everything Football channel. Thank you very much for joining us. It's always a pleasure to come your way as we bring you all the updates here on United and Everything Football. This is United Today. What do I have for you today? Well, I've got some very interesting news on Marcus Rashford. Remember, United is returning on the 8th of July. This is on Monday, and some conversations have been going on around some of the players. The players have been in talks with the new football leadership, and Marcus Rashford has been talking to the new football leadership. What exactly is Marcus Rashford saying, and what has the discussion centered on? I've got updates for you on that. Also, a lot more is happening on the transfer market on Matthijs de Ligt as well as Jarrad Branthwaite. I've got news on that to give to you here on this channel. Also, there is a planned change happening at Old Trafford. What exactly is this planned change all about? Well, I've got all of these details for you here on this channel, and some updates from the European Championship as well. The quarterfinalists have all been finally determined. How is it going to go? How are the games going to play out? What was the result from the last set of games? I've got all of this here for you on United and Everything Football United Today. Please remember, if this is your first time, remember to hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell. And also remember to share with your friends and also like the videos. Let me make a quick turnaround. When I come back, I'm going to unpack everything for you so you get to understand everything that is happening around the club Manchester United. All right, thank you very much for joining us. It's great to have you join us on this podcast. Oh, no, not the podcast. On this daily update every day. Thank you very much. We are having the podcast tomorrow, by the way, so remember to make a date with us where the guys will be on, so we discuss everything that's going on. We'll give an in-depth analysis of everything that we discuss here on United Today and every other news that's making rounds. But let me start with Marcus Rashford. What's happening? Well, a discussion has been going on. You know, the players are returning on the 8th of July. They are returning from the non-internationals. Actually, will be coming back to Carrington to train with the coach Erik ten Hag and prepare for preseason as early as Monday. That's the 8th of July, 2024. So the players have been having discussions with the hierarchy. The new football leadership is almost complete, and as a result of that, have been having conversations with the players with regards to the direction that they want things to go. How do they want the structure, or how do they want things to happen within the club? And reports coming out indicate, now this from the Manchester Evening News, now they are reporting that Manchester United have not ruled out the possibility of allowing Marcus Rashford to leave and made a possible adjustment to the players' representation. Now, it is understood that Rashford's brother, Dwayne Maynard, has held discussions with an agency to potentially assist, managing Rashford. But the news is that United, yes, are very keen on keeping Rashford, but they won't stand in his way should he make a decision to leave the club. The preference of the club is to keep the player. However, they have not dismissed totally outright that should, in case good offers come for the player and the player himself wants to leave, they will not stand in the way of the player. That is how things are standing at the moment. So the situation of Rashford is not straightforward. Anything at all can happen. Anything at all can happen. The club's preference is to keep him. He's an academy lad. He's been with the club for a very long time. The plan is to make sure that these players stay within the club. But should, in case Marcus Rashford decide to make a decision and a favorable offer is on the table, it's very likely United will consider. And these are some of these conversations. And some of the conversations that are likely to further happen has to do with the fact that Marcus Rashford wants to engage with the coach Erik ten Hag, the football hierarchy, to know where he stands. Where is his stance? Remember, he signed a new contract with the club not too long ago. That was just last 2 seasons, the end of last 2 seasons. That was when Marcus Rashford signed a new contract with the club. So, as things stands, the situation is not as straightforward as we think. should the message is that should a good offer come and Marcus Rashford wants to go and the club feels that it's a good offer, chances are that Marcus Rashford can leave the club. So that's the situation with Marcus Rashford. Not too straightforward, but we're expecting that all these things are resolved once and when these players return to Carrington and complete this meeting. There's a series of meetings happening between the new hierarchy and the players. It will continue till the players that are playing the Euros or the other international competition return to the club for pre-season. There looks to be like a new direction that this new football leadership would want to take the team, and as a result of that, are doing everything possible to get things going between the playing squad to make sure that the standards are set and everybody knows where they stand. So that's it with Marcus Rashford. Let's do a bit of transfers. Now, we've been reporting about the Matthijs de Ligt transfer news, and Fabrizio Romano is reporting that de Ligt has given the green light to United to move forward after there were direct contacts between United and the camp of the player. I told you yesterday that United had sent a proposal, a 5-year deal proposal to the player. Okay, Bayern has allowed that conversations to go on because Bayern are open to selling the player. Now, all that is missing now, according to Fabrizio Romano, is that a discussion has to be had, or there should be a discussion between the two clubs. If they agree on a deal or they agree on a fee, then Matthijs de Ligt will be on his way to Manchester United. It looks as if things are moving very, very fast with this particular situation. United have been very, very shocked that Bayern are willing to let de Ligt go. But that is where the situation stands at the moment. De Ligt intends to come to Manchester United. United intends to bring de Ligt. Bayern are ready to let de Ligt leave. And it is expected that the deal shouldn't be as expensive as initially thought. And then some figures, or some of the figures floating around indicates that a fee of around £43 million should be good enough to bring Matthijs de Ligt to Manchester United. And also the player is also willing to lower his wages to be able to make this deal happen. One interesting twist is that the fans of Bayern Munich have sent a petition to the club, or have begun signing petition on change.org, that they don't want de Ligt to leave. Why? Why doesn't the fans of the club want de Ligt to leave? Well, we don't know. Perhaps they are impressed with what he's doing, but the hierarchy within the club feels it's time for him to go because they are in pursuit of another defender, Jonathan Tah from Bayer Leverkusen, and it's looking positive on that front. So should Jonathan Tah come in, it looks like the fall guy will be Matthijs de Ligt, and Bayern are willing to let Matthijs de Ligt leave. So that is how the situation stands right now. Things are moving very fast. The agent, Rafaela Pimenta, has been working, or looks as if they are okay with the proposal that United has sent to them. And that is where the situation stands at the moment. Now, Jarrad Branthwaite is the other defender that United have been in contact with. It is reported that the player is very agitated. He wants to know where things stand at the moment. As it stands, United haven't sent a second bid. The first bid was rejected by Everton. And because the first bid was rejected, United want to have an indication that Everton are willing to lower the price before they can send in a second bid. That is what the report is saying. So as it stands, no second bid has gone in yet. But United is waiting for Everton to reduce the price of the player in order for the things to move, or in order for this transfer to go through. As it stands, Everton are quoting 70-75 million. United feel that the player is being valued more than they expect, and as a result of that, feel that for things to happen, Jarrad Branthwaite's fees, according from Everton, has to reduce. United hasn't hasn't cooled its interest yet. The player wants the move to happen, but Everton are playing hardball and have decided not to heed to anything in terms of reducing the player's price tag. So that's how things are standing with Jarrad Branthwaite. Remember, this deal is independent of the Matthijs de Ligt deal. And Chris Wheeler is further reporting that if the de Ligt deal goes through, United will need to sell defenders, i.e. Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof, either one of them or both of them before the Jarrad Branthwaite deal can happen should United sell Matthijs de Ligt. So that is where things stand. The ultimate goal for United is to get in two defenders, one left-footed centre-back and one right-footed centre-back. And they feel that getting Branthwaite and Matthijs de Ligt would come in and help the club get to be able to, alleviate all the situations that we found ourselves in last season in terms of the defensive troubles that we got ourselves into. Right, so that's it by way of the transfers. But the new football structure is still taking shape. David Ornstein broke the news of United's short-term contract for a man named Christopher Vivell. Now, Christopher Vivell is a former sporting director at Chelsea. He was there for just 7 months. But a chunk of the work Vivell did was in the RB Leipzig, RB Salzburg, or the Red Bull group, where he found himself, where he signed some very interesting players for them, from Erling Haaland to Benjamin Sesko, to all the players some of the key players that you've come to know of them. He's known to be someone who has a very good talent ID, or someone who is able to identify talent for clubs. And he's, according to sources from Fabrizio, from Florian Plattenberg in Germany, and David Ornstein, the deal to sign him is done. All he's awaiting for is his work permit. So he's going to be more or less like a recruitment director, because if you remember the structure that Ineos was putting together, what was missing was a recruitment director. So this is how the recruitment is looking, or the structure currently at United is looking like. Previously, this is how it looked like. And now this is how, after all the appointments, a fan put this together, and this is how things are looking like. So Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Umar Barada, Jason Wilcox, Dan Ashworth as sporting director, and then now Christopher Vivell, and then come the coaches and his assistants. So that's a structure, very simple, straightforward structure. And this is based off on reports indicating the reporting lines for them, and that's how things are looking with regard to the issues. So Christopher Vivell coming in as the new recruitment director. So the structure is solid, firm. Everyone is set, everyone is in position. Unfortunately, a lot of them had to come in during the window, so we'll see how things will go. My brother starts work on the 13th of July. He's the only one missing in action now, so we'll see how things go with that regard. And there are some changes that's going to happen at Old Trafford. You see the famous tunnel. You see the picture. There's a picture where the players come through onto the pitch, the tunnel. There are changes that's going on there. So United has stated that they are redesigning the iconic player tunnel at Old Trafford. Now, the objective, according to the club, is to create a performance environment that will inspire and motivate the men's team, the women's team, the academy players, especially on match days when they are walking through the tunnel. Now, this is led by the football department, and this summer's refurbishment will introduce more modern and more premium spaces for the squad to utilize, and existing plaques in memory of former club president John Henry Davis and former owner James W. Gibson will both be given new homes within the tunnel. So you'll see a lot of things, new things are happening. So from the pictures that you are seeing, the work has begun. It's just to improve performance. That's it. It brings to mind the man that is at the helm of affairs, that David Brailsford, who talks about marginal gains, aggregating marginal gains to give you overall success. So it's just something very small. So he believes that they are the small things that you put together is what gives you the big success. So maybe it's part of the plan, the official plan, to make things small, improving the training grounds, doing this, tweaking one or few things, just to ensure that when all these things come together, the team can perform. So that's the reason why. It's just my suspicion. It's not official. But the whole idea is to improve performance, organizational performance, and sporting performance amongst the players, playing body. I mean, when you see some of these things, the walls and the paintings, I don't know how it's going to be done. It will be unveiled before the season starts. But if all of these things are done, well, we'll see a lot of things will improve within the club. So let's see how this is going to pan out. Let's quickly switch. So that's it with United. Let's do some European football action, and then I'll bring today's edition of United Today to an end. The last round of 16 games came up, and the Netherlands had a very comfortable victory against Romania in the game that they played. Darren Mellon scoring a brace, and Cody Gakpo, who has scored 3 goals in the competition, having a tournament of his life. He even had a goal disallowed, scoring and making a 3-0 for the Netherlands. They beat Romania and have advanced to the next stage of the competition. The second semi-final, or the second round of 16 game, we haven't got into the semi-final yet. The second round of 16 game was between Austria and then Turkey. Now, Turkey took a 2-0 lead. Austria came in, got a goal, and then did everything they could, including a last-minute save from the Turkish keeper to deny them from leveling to take the ball to the game to extra time. So that is how things are shaping up in the European Championship as things stand. So this is how it's going to look like in the quarterfinal. There is going to be Spain versus Germany, and then France versus Portugal. That's the games that's going to be happening. And then there is England, Switzerland, and then there is the Netherlands versus Turkey. So the teams that win, as you can see from the tree, Spain, Germany, Portugal, and France, one of them will face each other in the next stage. And England, Switzerland, Turkey, the Netherlands will also one will face each other. So that's how it's going to be. The big boys are still in there doing their own thing. And that's how it's going within the European Championship. So that's how I end today's edition of United Today. It's great. Always great to come your way. Please remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell. We've got a lot to give to you on this channel. A lot of news will be coming this week. We're expecting that Erik ten Hag, something about Erik ten Hag contract, information about it should come out. Some transfers should go through. We'll see how things go with regards to that. So that's how I bring today's edition of United Today to you. We'll see you on the next one. Please stay safe. Bye-bye.